Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel Tutor Things. Today in this video, we are going to see C Sharp variables. So, as you know, we started C Sharp tutorials from W3 schools, like we have covered introduction and syntaxes, how to create your first C Sharp program we have seen, and how to provide comments in our program we have seen in C Sharp. So, now in this video, we are going to cover variables and what are the how we are going to display variables, how to assign constant kind of variables, and how to assign multiple variables at a time, and what are the identifiers we have here. So all these things we are going to discuss in the video, so don't skip any part, watch this video till end so that you will get clarity on how to use the C sharp variables. So variables are basically in any programming language, they are called as containers for storing data values. For example, in the C or any of the programming language, we have variables to store the values which we are going to use in our program. That will be the a variable which is a value of a stored data. Likewise, it's a container for storing data values. So in this C sharp we have a different kind of variables, like different types of keywords defined for that variables. Like for example, we have int, double, char, string, and bool. So int, as we know that it is a integer type which stores the integers, that may be whole numbers or integers. So without decimals, like such as 1 to 3 or minus 1 to 3, likewise. So whole numbers comes under integers only, it may be negative also. So when comes to double, this stores the floating point numbers. As you know, the floating point numbers is nothing but with the decimals we have, like such as 19.99, or it may be the negative also, minus 19.9. Like double values will be stored in the data type of, like variable of double type. So next we have char, which stores the characters such as a or b. These are the type of variables. So char value surrounded by single quotation. As you know, character, when you define something character, it will have single quotes. When it comes to string, it stores the data as just string. Then how we have to identify that is a particular string is, it will have double quotes. Strings are surrounded by double quotes, whereas char is surrounded by single quotes. So by this difference you can find out what the type of it is, whether char or the string. Next we have the boolean type of thing. Like bool is the type of variable which we have, like stores the values of two states, that is maybe true or false. Only two values we can assign for this kind of data type. So next, see how we have to declare data types. By using types only we can uh, assign them. Like to create a variable, we must specify the type and assign it a value. So here you can say declaring or creating. You can do the same things, two things at a time. Like here you can see where C sharp is a type of thing where string and int and variable name is the name of the variable. Like C sharp type will be the type here. First syntax will be like this. First we have to give the type of that, and next after the variable name, and if you want to assign value is equal to value you have to give. Here type may be the C sharp type, that may be int or string. Likewise, variable name is the name of the variable. Like may you can give any name as a like like a name or a x value, whatever, like small, like one element also you can give as variable. Like this is equal to the value, the equal to the sign is used to assign values, you know, right? Is equal to is nothing but this value is to be assigned to this. Likewise, so to create a variable, you must use the store text. Look at the following example, you can see, if for example if you want to store a string type, then you have to give the type as a string, and name will be the variable name which we have. Name is equal to, I have to assign one value to that variable, that is John I am assigning here. So the value we are assigning is John. So now in the string variable we have John value. If you want to print that, you can use this right line, and next you can print that name. So like this you can try it yourself as a editor, where you can try any example in the particular instant only. This is the one of the advantage of using this W3 schools website, we can say. As in the previous video we discussed the syntax of C sharp program, like why all these things we are writing, and what this console.readline is actually doing. It is used to print that particular a thing which we have specified in this function. So method, so name it, here we have John. For example, if I change the name here, then I can run it so that I will get the new outputs here. So whatever the changed things we are getting here. So this is the example which we seen. Yeah, here we get the Sam name here. Like this, we can try this example. So this is a assigning string value. Next, create a variable that should be stored in number. So how to store a number? For that, we have the type called as int. Here, my variable name is mynum is equal to I'm assigning the value 15. If I want to print that thing, we will get the same number as here how we are getting. Here, what we have to change? Here we have to change as int. So my number, what we have that in the number we should not assign string, but we have to assign the number. So if I want to print that number here, I can write the name of that variable so that I will get the number which I am assigning to this particular variable num. So you can see the one is the output. Like this, you can try any example. And also you can declare a variable without assigning a value also. No need to assign that variable when you are declaring that variable. You can assign it afterwards only. So like this here, see, first you have declared your number, and after you are assigning that number and you are printing that thing also you can do with the declaration part only. No need to assign value. You can assign it afterwards, after any time whenever you want to update that value likewise. So here not only one, we can give as five to make it different. So whenever here you can see declaring only, but assigning you have to specify the variable name that is equal to, you have to assign all. Here you can see 5 as output. So this thing also you can do. Note that if you assign any new value to an existing variable, it will override the previous value. This thing you have to remember. Like for example, here I am assigning 5, and what I have done is at the declaration itself I am assigning one value, and again I am assigning 5 value. What value should print here? Like what will be the variable present here? First we have some container space in a storage type. It is assigning one value. So whenever we are assigning again a second value, it will override that value. Here you will get a output 5 itself because it's overriding. So when it is overriding is when until the time you are assigning next value. For example, if I want to print the same thing before assigning a new value, until then the value is fixed. It will not override. So once 5 is assigned, after that it only it will get that value in that variable. You can see whenever I am printing for the first time, it is having one only. After overriding, it is giving us 5. So like this, it will override the value if it is already existing when you are whenever you assign a new value for that. So this is an example for that purpose I showed you. So next other types we have like int, double, char and bool, and string. Like this you have to assign for integer a number, we have to assign for double, we have can assign a decimal values, and for char we have to define like a give a value called as character, and for boolean you have to give true or false. For string you can give any string. Like this you have to remember these types of data types while you are assigning a variables. So this is the normal kind of variables. Next we have one more thing called as a constants. So if you want like how you are changing here, you are changing the variable, but I don't want anyone to change this number. I want this to be fixed. Likewise, at that time we have to use this constants. If you don't want others or yourself to be overriding the existing value, you can add const keyword in front of the variable type. Like it will declare the variable as constant. It means unchangeable and read only. Like some variables are there which are read only, you can't update that variables like that. So for at that time, to make that variable as read only or it's not changeable, you have to add this keyword called as const. So see, for example, I have given constant number is equal to 1. So I am trying to print that, and afterward what I am doing, I am trying to update that variable. So let's see how what it will give as an output, whether it will update or not. So you will get an error because unexpected symbol expecting like that, because it is not expecting this value to be updated. We can't able to update that value. So whenever I'm going to remove this num5, and this no need to print once again, right, same value. So whenever I remove that, I will get the result, because you can see what is the error. It's fine, right? Constant. Okay, sorry. You have to declare the type of it also. So not only constant, but you have to tell that what type of variable it is, right? Sorry, it's my mistake. So you can see one. So Let's see how it is previously it was like this, right? You have to add constant here. So let's see whether that will update that value or not. So what error it will throw, I will show you. See, the left handed side of an assignment must be is some text. It must be a variable, a property, or indexer. So it should be a property or indexer which we are assigning here. It's getting 11th line error here. So you can't override that value which is having a constant. So whenever you remove that part, you won't get error, but you will get the result, that is 1. So like this. So if you don't want to change yourself or others to override the existing value, you can use this constant keyword in front of the variable type. So in front of the variable type, you have to use const, const, int, and number of that. Whenever you are trying to assign a new value, it will throw you an error. So const keyword is useful whenever you want to like a variable to be stored at the same value. It's not updating. If the value is fixed at the time, you can use that, so that others or yourself, you don't mess up with the code, like without creating any disturbance. That value is fixed at that time, you can use this kind of keyword. An example is often referred as a constant. Some constant you can assign. For example, pi is a constant which have a default value as like this. So you can set that value default as top value, so that no one can change that value, and that can be used at all the formulas like this. You can't declare a constant variable without assigning a value. If you do, error will occur. A constant will require a value to be provided. So see, you can't declare a constant variable without assigning a variable. Let's see this with an example. You can't give like this, like constant. You are telling this is it's a constant variable, but you are not assigning a value there. Then how that will take that value as fixed one? That will not take, like it will throw an error like this. You can see the constant will require a value to be provided. You have to provide a value. This error will occur. A constant field requires a value to be provided, because you can't assign declare a value without assigning a value. So you have to assign a value, then only it will not give any kind of error that will run. So like this it will be happen. So let's see, now this is all about constants. So next one thing which we have to know about is display variables, how we have to display that. So as we know, like normal, by using the name of that we can display. Like we have seen the options, like output options in the previous videos, like a right line which is used to display any variables values in the console window. Like, but the difference with the right line and right method is, right line will takes the new line whenever when we call that method likewise, but right will take like append, it will not give the new line every time. So to combine the text and variables, we use this plus character here. So see this example, you can understand. Like string name is there, which is John. I'm trying to print that by using a right line. What I am doing to add is, I want to add one more string. After that, I want to add the name of this whatever the provided value here. So hello, after that I want to get the name here. So for that purpose, what you have to do is, we have to use plus to combine two kind of text or variable kind of things. We have to add this kind of a character, that is a plus. You can also use plus character to add the variables to one another. Like for example, if you have a first name as John and last name as Dio, if you want to combine both those two things, then you can add this symbol, like that is plus symbol, so that you will get a full name of the string. Then you can print that like this also you can do. Here the plus character you have to remember, and you have to use right line every time you want to print a new name. So like see here example, you can see John and name of that is came whenever you run. For example, no, you can also alter the text which you want, like the required outputs how you want, you can alter and run so that you can write yourself. So here if I want to add one more thing, like want to add like first name, second name, likewise his first name is John, and the second name will be the this one Samuel. So how you will get, let's see. Sorry, there is no name variable, right? So I want to add one more variable here. So that is the what I want to do is, I want to add these two variables, and I want to print like how the examples which we have now seen now. Here I want to add this. You have to remember one thing, that is you have to add use this plus symbol so that it will give you that addition of those two strings. So here polymorphism is can be done. Here you can see, use this plus symbol for any purpose, like to add two variables, like normal addition, integers or two strings, it's appending like that. So all these things you can do by this. So this is all about like displaying two strings, like appending two strings or two variables likewise. So for numerical value also, this scatter works as a mathematical operator, as we discussed. Now you can use integers also. For example, x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 6, which is of integer types. You can print that 5 plus 6, that will be 11. Here you will get 11 output likewise. So this plus will be used as normal addition, and it also used as a concatenator operator in case of strings. So for the above example, you can expect 5 stores in x value and y stores in 6 value. Whenever you use right line method, that it will display the value of x plus y, which is 11. So like this, you will get an output. This is all about displaying variables. Like this, you can display. You can use of plus operator to add two type of variables or two strings, or to combine text or variables like this. And you can use right line method to display in the console, or write method also. The only difference between write method and write line method is write line method will take a new line whenever you are going to print. So it doesn't happen in the case of write method. So that's all displaying variables. Next we have one more thing, that is multiple variables. How to assign multiple variables at a time. See, declaring many variables will help you to reduce the lines of codes like this. To declare more than one variable of the same type, you can use this comma separated list. For example, if you have int x and int y into z into so many kind of thing which is of same type, then what we can do is you can write type only once, and you can give by comma separated kind of thing, you can declare any more number of variables of the same type within one line itself. So like you can see int x is equal to 5, y is equal to 6, z is equal to, no need to write every time like int x is equal to 5, int y is equal to 6, int z is equal to 30, like 50 likewise. So if you want to add both things, you can use the plus operator so that it will display the result. So try this example. You can easily alter the code and try, like see 5 plus 6 11, 11 plus 50 61 will be the output here. So like this you can do. So next, what we can do is can assign the same value to the multiple variables also. Not only declaring same type in one line, but also you can do this thing also, like int x is equal to y is equal to z. You have declared first of all, not assigning any values. But if you want to assign the same values for all the kind of things, that thing also you can do. Like x is equal to y is equal to z is equal to 50. So it will assign the same value for all the variables if you follow these kind of syntax, so that you will the result you will get is 50. like uh, I'm just declaring first of all the variables. And next thing what I want to do is I want to assign the same thing. I want to assign the value as 10. So what the result you will get is same value will get stored in x value, y value, z value. So the resultant is the addition of three values, so the you will answer we will get is 30. So every line na, ends with a semicolon in the C sharp. So this is all about adding the same value or multiple values. How we have to declare, how to assign same value to a multiple variables. So these all the two type of things which you have to remember in the case of multiple variables. Declare multiple variables, assign same value to the multiple variables in one line. So next we have to know about identifiers. In C sharp, we have some kind of identifiers, like C sharp variables must be identified with unique names. These names are called identifiers. Identifiers can be short like X or Y, or more descriptive names. So now see, these are the keywords, right? Int or constant, likewise. So what are these things which we are giving as name of the variable? So these are called as identifier. This not mixed with this, but for example, if we here we have X and Y. So what happened when we give as X comma X? So same kind of thing, like so it will throw an error like local variables that is already defined. So it will give this kind of errors, that it should be a unique name, for example x or y. Or descriptive names can be given like age, sum, total. What is the related name we have to assign. It is recommended to use descriptive names in order to create a understandable and maintain. For example, if you have declared some values here, other person may have come and working on this code. If there is a huge number of lines, then he will get confused and use the same variable, then it will result in such a ambiguity and such kind of errors. So to avoid those kind of things, you can always recommend you to use this descriptive name, so that it will not match up with anything, like it will be unique out throughout the program likewise. So here you can see it will be recommended to use like this, like minutes per hour, that is 60. You, if you write m is equal to 60 also, so some people will understand. If other person is coming into your program and working on this, he may not be able to understand the things which you are written there likewise. But it is not easy to understand what m is actually you have defined, like it will be a minutes per hour. Like for example, likewise, it is always recommended to use descriptive names for assigning a variable names. Like these are called identifiers. Some rules are there for assigning a variable, so that you will not get any miscalculations or errors likewise. It's very good to follow these rules or instructions while you are programming. That will definitely help you to code better. So names contain letters, digits and underscore characters. So names can have these kind of thing. Letters we can use digits, and underscore characters also you can use sometimes, so whenever you require. And names must be begin with a letter. It no need to begin with a digit. It's better to go with a letter beginning words likewise. Name should start with a lowercase letter, and it cannot contain white spaces. White spaces should not contain in the name of a uh, identifier or name of a variable. Names are case sensitive, like my var and my var. Like here you can see var var, and here is a small var. So these are the two different types of variables, like we have seen, right? This is a case sensitive, my class, and in this previous video we have seen the difference. So here also it will consider as two different types of variables, not a single one. Here we have some reserved words, like c sharp keywords such as int or double cannot be used as names. Like int is already have a predefined value, that is a type of a type in a C sharp, but you can't use the same kind of words or names as a identifier, because it will throw an error. So you should not use keywords as in reserved words or identifiers. So identifiers is nothing but the name which you are assigning, giving for as a variable name. So this is all about identifiers. So create a variable minum and assign a value. Here you will have an exercises. It will ask you to fill up the boxes. Here asking they have to create a variable which is of named of minum, and they're asking to assign a value 50. So 50 will be an integer type. You have to give type as int, and my number is equal to 50. You can submit the answer and check out the result whether it is correct or not. So they ask these things, and we are given the answer and submitting thing, and it's correct. Like that you can practice the exercises which are having under variables. And let me know in the comment section, out of 5 how many marks you got, like how many correct answers you have given. So this is all about the C sharp variables. These are the things you have to remember while creating variables or using that in the C sharp. So every program should have variables. It's a basic mandatory thing which you have to know in the programming concepts. So I think hope you all understand the key points in everything. So variable should not be like a variable name should be like identifiers. It should be unique. It should not be like keywords which we are using. We have const keyword where you cannot like update the value which is already existing in that variable. So at that purpose you can use a const keyword, and you can assign multiple values and multiple declarations you can do at the same time, and you can assign same value for two different types of same value to the same kind of type of variables in one line. And you can display different types of variables by having a concatenate operator, which is plus, that can be used to add integer kind of thing, and to add like to concatenate string kind of variables. So this is all about C sharp variables. Hope you have understood. If you like this video, give a big thumbs up below, and if you have any doubts regarding to this video and any other things, you can feel free to comment in the comment section, and let us know how you feel our videos are. Like it will be easy to understand, or any changes we have to do to give better outputs. So that's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, share and comment, and stay tuned for a video for many more videos like this. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.